Today we're going to be creating the perfect WWE superstar. Now, what I mean by that is if I wanted to make myself the perfect wrestler and take each trait from each individual wrestler that I want to make the best wrestler I possibly could, or what I would want to be if I was a WWE superstar, that is what we are going to do today. So let's look at the categories right now, right? So we're going to be choosing in-ring ability from a wrestler, promo, aura, draw, physique, strength, work ethic, longevity, finisher, character, and theme song. And I'm kind of going to put presentation along with theme song because that's what it is anyway, entrance. So yeah, we're going to choose all these categories. I'm going to pick one wrestler for each of them. Now, before I go into this list, do not get mad at me for any of my picks. This is my perfect wrestler. This is what I would want to be exactly if I was a WWE superstar, like my dream wrestler, and just dreams for what talents I could have in presentation and everything like that. So sure, some things are going to be biased based off my favorite wrestler and stuff like that, blah blah whatever, but it's my list. You can tell me your list down in the comment section down below and what you would pick if you were to create the perfect wrestler. So let's get right into it. First, we got to start with in-ring ability. Now, at first, I ain't gonna lie, I cared about this the least because in-ring ability is not the biggest thing that makes me enjoy a superstar. As you know, Roman Reigns is my favorite wrestler, and his in-ring ability isn't anything too crazy right now. He's more about storytelling, right? But I had to think real hard about this, and there was a gem that I was like, oh snap, if I could be a wrestler, I would certainly be this guy in the ring, and that is Kurt Angle. Dude, Kurt Angle, man, like, gold medal aside, but sure, you can't forget the gold medal and his actual wrestling background, you know what I'm saying, like where he comes from. But if you watch Kurt Angle in the ring, it's a gem. It's perfect. It's amazing. Kurt Angle, like, I can't say enough great things about him in the ring and how he is. He's just fantastic. If you haven't seen Kurt Angle wrestle, go watch him in TNA. He's just very technical on the mat for obvious reasons. He's in great physical condition. He's just athletic. He could do any and everything that I want to do in the ring. So Kurt Angle would be the perfect guy for me to have in-ring ability from. I almost also chose Brock Lesnar because, they both come from that like actual wrestling background, the amateur wrestling background. And Brock Lesnar is a beast in himself. But Kurt Angle, yo, look, man, he got it. But if you haven't seen Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar, go watch that match. Next up, we got to choose the promo ability. Now, when I think about promo, I think about like three people in particular. I think about Paul Heyman, I think about John Cena, and I think about CM Punk. I don't think there's any like way that you could go wrong with this. You could also throw The Rock in there depending on his promos, what you want to do with that. But yeah, I don't think there's any way you could go wrong, but I'm going to go with CM Punk. CM Punk, as you see right here, the screenshot is the pipe bomb promo. CM Punk is so popular as a wrestler, like, but not because he's like the best in the ring, like over people like Kurt Angle or anything like that. In my opinion, at least, he's so popular because he is so blunt and he's so great on the mic. And like, if he's talking on the microphone, he's going to have your attention. So if I want to get in the ring and have everybody's attention and just be able to have everybody on my side, even if I'm a heel or a face, doesn't matter, I'm going to go with CM Punk. He is pure entertainment. But again, you cannot go wrong with Paul Heyman or John Cena or anything like that. Next up, we got to go with aura. And I think this is self-explanatory. I didn't have to think hard at all. That's going to be Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns' aura is incredible. Anytime that he made an entrance in the WWE, especially as like more so as the tribal chief, right? Anytime he made an entrance as the tribal chief when he was the champion, like, I was honestly just in awe. Like, I would actually have, I don't know if chills is the word or goosebumps, but it was just this specific feeling I can't explain when he entered the arena. Like, it was just this big grand feeling. And it's just the aura, you can sense it. So yeah, we going Roman Reigns. So next up, we got draw. Now, I thought about putting Roman Reigns for this again, but like I said, that's biased because he's my favorite wrestler. He is one of the biggest draws in the WWE. But when I sat and I thought about it, there is one person that I believe, probably two people that are a bigger draw than Roman Reigns, and that would be his cousin, The Rock. Roman Reigns is not bigger than The Rock. Roman Reigns is also not bigger than John Cena. Mostly because they both have mainstream appeal and they've done so much for the company and they've been there longer and everything. But The Rock, you hear that The Rock is being announced for a show, everybody's gonna tune in, everybody's gonna show up. I've had friends that don't watch wrestling that I told them The Rock was gonna come on, and they figured, oh, maybe I should turn it on. I told them he was gonna have a match at WrestleMania 40. They was like, oh, maybe I should check that out. There's nobody else I could just tell them, you know, this guy's wrestling, they care. But when The Rock is doing it, you care. He's a draw. So that's self-explanatory. That's easy to pick. Next up is physique. Now, for physique, I'm thinking of people like Bobby Lashley. But there's one guy in particular that I can never take it away from, has the dream body that I would want in WWE, and that is John Cena. You know, not current John Cena, because he's getting older, but John Cena when he was in his prime. Yeah, John Cena, man, he got that physique, bro. Although a lot of people would obviously say, for obvious reasons, that he is on steroids. I'm not gonna make no accusations and nothing like that, but you know, think what you need to think. But you know, it is hard to achieve something like this naturally. Either way, John Cena has always looked incredible his entire career. He is just huge muscular wise, like in nature. His physique, you see the abs right there, you see the veins popping out of his shoulders, you see the chest. Like, if there was a body that I wanted, it would be John Cena. And that makes sense because he was doing bodybuilding before he became a professional wrestler. So yeah, he has the physique down pack. I would love to, I was about to say, is it down pat or packed? I don't know. I think it's pat, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, John Cena is the guy that you would want to have his physique. So yeah, moving forward, physique and strength are two different things. And the strength that I would go with is pretty obvious, self-explanatory. Mark Henry. He's actually he was actually the world's strongest man. That wasn't just the title. He actually won a competition, and at one point he was the world's strongest man. You could look it up if you want to. I feel like there's not a lot to talk about in regards to this. Like, Mark Henry's unmatched in strength. That's just what it is. Work ethic. Now, there's two people that come to mind in regards to this, people that don't stop working no matter what. We have Cody Rhodes and we have John Cena. Who do you think I'm gonna pick? Who would you pick in this case? Well, in the case for me, I'm going to pick John Cena. And now, if you wonder why I picked John Cena over Cody Rhodes, one, I feel like Cody Rhodes follows in John Cena's footsteps, being a workhorse for the company, especially as the champion, showing up to live events and everything like that. Like, Cody Rhodes follows in John Cena's footsteps. So I'm going to pick the person that is, you know, led the way in that regard. But two, this picture right here is worth 1,000 words. John Cena has the most wishes granted for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He is an incredible workhorse. He's done it all. Like, there's no debate with that. But, you know, I respect you if you want to take Cody's work ethic too. But John Cena is the guy when it comes to work ethic. Next up, we have longevity. And there's, honestly, I mean, there's a couple people that could come to mind. Maybe AJ Styles comes to mind because he's about to be 50, or is he 50 already? I don't know. But when it comes to longevity, I think of Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio has been doing this for a really, really long time. This is a younger picture of him, but you know, I mean, obviously he's quote unquote showing signs of slowing down, but he's still Rey Mysterio, and he still could do great things that you wouldn't believe you'd be able to do at his age. And I believe he is in his 50s. So yeah, Rey Mysterio for longevity. Now, finisher. This I didn't have to think too hard about. At first I was trying to think about it, and I was like, no. This is the easiest question I can answer. I'm taking the RKO every day of the week, 24/7, all the time. If there's one finisher that you could do to anybody at all, and Randy Orton makes it look so good, so effortless, the RKO, man. Like, he could catch people when they're doing shooting star press, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything, any move somebody's doing to you, they could do a swanton bomb to you, they could be doing a frog splash, anything, right? He caught Roman Reigns doing a spear into the RKO. He could just catch you regularly with RKO, and you could do it to anybody. You don't have to pick anybody up. And that's very important when selecting a finisher, making sure that you could do your finisher against any and everybody. Because if your finisher requires you to have a certain amount of strength, even though I did select Mark Henry's strength, so I guess I would be able to do any finisher or certain level of athleticism and flips like that. But you need to be able to perform your finisher against anybody. You know what I'm saying? And the problem with finishers, we got to jump off of something like the frog splash and stuff like that, is what if you're in an area where you don't have something to jump off of? You feel what I'm saying? So the RKO fits what I'm looking for perfectly, and that's what I'm going with. Next, we have the character, and I have selected none other than the Tribal chief. I would absolutely love to be the tribal chief. Like I said, Roman Reigns is my favorite wrestler, and this character is exactly why he is my favorite wrestler. Now, Roman Reigns was not my favorite wrestler when he was the big dog. I didn't hate him how everybody else did, but I wasn't like a mega fan of him like I am now. But when he became the tribal chief, dude, I was locked in. Like, I was glued to my TV. And just knowing how he glues me to the TV with this character, like, of course I would love to have the same effect that Roman Reigns has had on me on somebody else if I was a professional wrestler, right? Now, don't get me wrong, out of all respect for Samoan culture, I'm not Samoan, so I couldn't be the tribal chief per se. Because I'm not Samoan, I'm not gonna try to take, you know, something that's not mine in terms of heritage, you know what I'm saying? But I just have to acknowledge what comes with this character, and I would just take the energy and the confidence that he exudes as this character, as a leader, and everything, and how dominant he has been and what it is. So yeah, I would take the tribal chief as a character for sure, but still much respect to Samoan culture all the way through. Next one up, this is the last one for a theme song. I'm gonna double down one more time. I'm taking Roman Reigns again, but we are not, good God, we are not taking I Am Greatness. We're not taking I Am Greatness. We're taking Head of the Table. This is the theme song, along with his character, that made me like just be in awe when Roman Reigns came out. Like, before I even saw him wrestle again, when I came back to watch wrestling, I saw Roman come out and I saw his new character, I saw his new energy, and I saw his new theme song at the time, which was Head of the Table. And I swear I had heard nothing greater. It was the best theme song in the WWE, and it's the theme song that I would take to this day. I miss it so much. I miss it tremendously. I always keep saying it's better than I Am Greatness. I Am Greatness is not a bad theme song by any means, but if I'm comparing it to the greatness that Head of the Table was, I can't give up Head of the Table, man. That is my perfect theme song. I would rock it in any era, day, night, whenever, it don't matter. But yeah, guys, that's the last part. This is what my perfect WWE superstar would look like. Let me know what your picks for every category is in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is J Athletic Gaming, and I'll catch you on the next one.